All right, joining us now with reaction, Fox News contributors Tammy Bruce, Deneen Borelli. Good to see you both.
Hey, Sean.
Tammy, let me start with you. We'll never forgive it. Whatever happened if they go low, we go, oh, the Democrats want to kick them and get in their face and create a crowd. And after they create a crowd, they're going to follow them into grocery stores, department stores, gas stations, and say, we don't want you anywhere anymore.
Well, you know, considering the environment that we've got, right, you would think that maybe she would think twice about the nature of that kind of rhetoric. But look, you know, she's speaking her mind. If people thought she was not a political person, obviously, this disabuses them of that notion. But I would also suggest that she's also very angry at the wrong person. Not the Clinton campaign in particular, but Sidney Blumenthal is the one who created this in a way for the 2008 campaign. Of course, the Hillary advisor, he had worked in the Clinton White House and was with the Clinton Foundation. And he went to McClatchy News Service, bringing this up about this argument, which, of course, most of us found absurd, that he was not born in this country. So she also should actually just never forgive Sidney Blumenthal. But beyond that, it's also interesting, though, that her husband, and I'll remind you in this exchange, she, of course, made it personal about him. The president talked about the military. He talked about their impact on something for this country. But her husband then, during his term, accused Donald Trump and his rhetoric of helping ISIS do its job. So there is a man that he's accusing of being complicit in mass murder and terrorism. And I would think that maybe there would be a worry about the impact on Barron Trump, a boy at the time. But that seems to not be a concern here. I think that there's, of course, a lot of everybody in a political environment needs to think about that. But I think that this is a bit of a low shot. And considering, of course, what her husband has said in the past about Mr. Trump, and that maybe we can all move a little bit higher when it comes to all of this.
I was never a birther. I just thought it was stupid.
It's idiotic. It was idiotic.
It just released the stupid thing, you know, and it became a big to-do about releasing the birth certificate. Let me play Michelle Obama because she is political, and she inserted herself a number of times. There's her saying something that I found pretty shocking at the time.
For the first time in my adult life, I am proud of my country because it feels like hope is finally making a comeback.
That wasn't the only time she said that, and I'm thinking, well, I was kind of proud of my dad and all the heroes of World War II and our brave guys that slammed the beaches of Normandy and defeated Imperial Japan and fascism and communism and Nazism. I was proud of them.
Well, Sean, let me just say for the record, I have always been proud of our country, of my country. Listen, Michelle Obama is bitter. This is the same Michelle who came from Chicago, who went to Princeton, who went to the White House. She is one of the most well-known women in the world. She is a globe traveler, and she's a multimillionaire. And yes, she made that statement in 2009 for the first time in my adult life. I'm now proud of my country. Where else in the world could you achieve so much? Only in America.
Can I ask, Sean? I'm very curious. Great points from Deneen on that point. I'm wondering if she writes about the 3 million that fell into poverty during her husband's 2 tenures. If she regrets any of that.
It was more than that. 8 million that went into poverty. 13 million more Americans on food stamps. Not trying to correct you, but...
No. But when it comes to the number of women specifically that had...
Oh, women. Okay, I didn't hear
women.
You.
That normally, we've got now a record, of course, of women who've started their own businesses under President Trump, who've of course, the lowest unemployment rate in American history. But under Barack Obama, the condition of women's lives were destroyed effectively. Poverty, no jobs, the future gone, all their money was gone, no money in their pocketbook. Doctors were gone, hospitals
well, you're
gone.
raising a good point.
It was a disaster.
And you could look at, we talk about the demographic breakdown when we now have record low unemployment, Deneen, since Trump's been elected.
Yeah.
Unemployment in 14 states, African Americans, Hispanic Americans, Asian Americans, women in the workplace, youth unemployment, and our vets are now getting back to work. Thank God they had so many multiple deployments. Those are huge records.
Yeah, well, I totally agree with you. And don't forget, former President Obama, the one who said you didn't build that to the small mom and pop shops and to the entrepreneurs. President Trump is putting America first. He's remembering the forgotten men and women. You just mentioned a number of startling accomplishments that we have recognized under this president because of tax cuts and rollback in regulations. And it is about America first. We are open for business.
All right, guys, good to see you. Thank you for being with us tonight.